So what happens when you really figure out and begin to implement your image into your identity? Well, today we're going to be talking about three consequences that will come as you begin to construct your character in your clothing. What's up, all you good fellow fly guys? You know who it is, the cat in the hat, your resident fly guy, your chief architect, Michelangelo, StarArchitects.com, here to help you redesign your frame of mind when it comes to the styling thing. And it's Trendy Thursdays, yo. I hope that you've been showing up this week in style, but if you haven't, if you've been having some issues with your image, or you find yourself a little confused every time you step into your closet, well, fret no more. That's exactly why I'm here, to ensure that you are showing up in style and leaving a lasting impression with your image. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. Yo, it's a great time to be here as you learn how to develop your own personal style, level up your look, and leave a lasting impression with your image. If you find the information beneficial, please consider subscribing so I can be a character within your sartorial story. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much. It's definitely appreciated. Now all you got to do is one more thing, and that's hit that notification bell, and that way you will be notified every time new content comes out. Now today we're going to continue a bit of our conversation to my new book, Style Speaks: 10 Keys to Sex, Substance, and a Signature Style. So we're going to briefly talk about three things that are going to happen when you begin to level up your look and change your clothing and your style. So the first thing that's going to happen is that people are going to begin to question your motives. What do I mean? When you begin to dress up, if you have a young lady, right, and you've always been the guy who's been in the street style, and all of a sudden you're starting to try to level up your look and you want to start throwing on polos instead of jeans, you're throwing on khakis, or you're now starting to find an affinity towards suits, well, she's going to ask you, why are you changing up your look? Who are you trying to impress? Like, what are you trying to do? Now, if you're with a wife, then definitely make sure that that's something minor and communicate the change that you're having inside to her so that you can set her at ease. But this also can happen in friendships when you're around your homies and around your boys, and you'll find that you may begin to separate yourself from them, not only stylistically but in the spaces that you were in, which we talked about last week. So that is one consequence of that. So then you need to determine whether or not they're willing to accept you as you elevate and as you demand them to be the very best versions of themselves. So that doesn't mean that they're going to necessarily be in suits, but that they are just making sure that they understand the legacy that they're leaving or the limitations that they are creating when it comes to their look. The second consequence that's going to happen when you begin to change your clothes and change your style is that people are going to begin to pay attention to you more. Now, this could be a great thing or a bit of an uncomfortable thing. I've had certain friends and clients who have begun to change their style, and they start getting all this new attention, whether it's on their job and their boss, their co-workers, or anybody else starts noticing that there's this shift in the development, and they welcome it and it's appreciated, and it actually creates a bit of a dynamic that begins to change the dress of the office, because everybody else is like, damn, if he gonna step up, I need to at least be, here if he's already up here. Now, again, it can be kind of an uncomfortable thing if you're a guy who's not really looking for a whole lot of attention, and so you are as conservative as you could be when it comes to your look, but you're still looking good. You're still setting a tone. So because of that, you're going to garner attention. Best way to deal with that is to simply say your thank yous and then turn the attention back to the other person. And that way, not only do you seem good looking and well put together, but you also seem pretty charming in that situation. Now, the third thing that's going to happen when you begin to change your clothing and you really begin to cultivate your style is that you will become much more discerning in other spaces, not only in your dress, but in the people that you're dealing with and the situation that you put yourself in. So for me, if you are in a crowded nightclub and you just got your new suit, you just got it tailored and it's fitting you well, you may not be as inclined to stay in there as long, knowing that people are going to bump into you, drinks may be falling on you, and all those different types of things. You may find that you want to chill out in a more relaxed setting where you can move and interact with different types of people. And in that space, you'll start looking for different dynamics that are going to speak to those things that you need in those spaces. So this is just a quick video about the three things that are going to transition when you begin to change your consciousness, because clothing is a reflection of the man, and as your mindset begins to evolve, it begins to expand, you'll find that the ensembles and the style is going to evolve as well. So if you haven't heard about it, I don't know how you haven't, check out my new book, Style Speaks, 10 Keys to Sex, Substance, and a Signature Style, and begin to develop your own personal style. And leave some comments in the comment box about some things that changed once you begin to level up your style, when your style began to change or transform. I would love to hear that, and I'm sure the other guys in the community would find some benefit from it as well. Lastly, please don't forget that we are here every Monday through Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that dress is nothing more than the expression of a man's state of mind, so you should always dress to express. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.